activity. There are two different methods available. One is page validate and the other one is property validate. Okay, so step A, I'm going to call it something. So now page validate, I'm going to call a step page. So on this page, age is there. So age has edit validate applied. So on this page, page 1, I have multiple properties. So property 1, property 2, property 3. Out of these 3 properties, 2 properties have edit validate written and called on property. Third property does not have. When I do page validate and call that page, whatever the properties that are available on that page which has edit validate called on its advanced tab, those will be executed. The one which does not have will not be executed. Clear? Okay. So this is how page validate works. Page validate is for executing the edit validates of specific page on which some properties will be available. Those properties should be added with edit validates on its advanced tab. Now, if you take obj validate, obj validate expects obj validate rule itself. You will pass the rule. In this rule, what are the validation that you perform using obj validate, that will be executed. This is pretty straightforward. Okay. Now coming to property validate, expand this. Property name I'm going to give. So some property age. So I'm going to validate as, how would you want to validate? You have to call the validate rule. I want to validate it to be is non-negative integer. So I'm going to add another property here, property 2. So I want to validate it for the something else called chase age validate. So now look at here, all these validations. Now property validate is directly to call the edit validate rules. So in this drop down, what validations are coming? Edit validates. Edit validate rule that will be applied at the business logic level on a property. It's not at the design level. This is runtime. Runtime you are applying a validation on a property. So obj validate and all, design time only you will apply the validations. Edit validate, call on property advanced tab, design time you are going to apply the validation. Now you are applying a validation on a property at runtime. So runtime only, I do not want to perform the validation every time. I want to perform only certain conditional based. I want to go ahead and validate. So here I am validating age as non-negative integer. Somewhere else I want to validate in the downstream of the programming with another validation. Directly applying a validate rule on a property, I cannot achieve that. So I can achieve by using property validate. I can use again property validate. I can write down here again property validate. So now I can go ahead and add age and validate as something, some validation. Okay, something like this I can perform. Now age will be validated in the previous step for non-negative value. In the next step it will be validated for the respective validation rule. Multiple validations you are applying on, multiple edit validations on one property. So now from this page validate and property validate, your edit validate is a server side validation. So now here edit validate is been happening at the business logic level. Business logic means it has to communicate with the application server and everything. So now from this you can say your edit validate acts as server side validation. Edit validate, when you call it in UI, it is being called on the advanced tab of the property, that is client side validation. On refresh of the screen itself, it is going to act as the client side. When you call it in the business logic, then it will become a server side validation. This is clear? So this is a server side validation when it comes to business logic. Obj validate, everywhere it is server side validation. Okay, now so property validate is going to validate a property with the applied edit validate rule at the business logic level. Now here you have one discrepancy. What is that? In this implementation, from the example we have done and from the code that I have written here, there is some discrepancy that you have to identify. What is that? No, that's not. See, age I am validating it for non-negative integer, but already age has on the property advanced tab, it has some other validation applied. So which one will be executed now? So property level will be executed or activity level will be executed? Activity level will be executed. So property level, when it will be executed? Page validate. When you use page validate, property level validation will be executed. When you use property validate, activity level validation will be executed. Okay, even though ACE has changed insurance something, some validation applied on the property, but here I am validating only for non-negative integer. This will be validated at this point of time. For this step, it will validate only for a non-negative integer. It's going to override that. That will not be taken into consideration.
The property validate means the existing PRPC method.
This is the OOTB method. Property validate is OOTB method.
And validate as non-negative
Integer. Okay.
Yeah, Harsha, can you repeat page validate?
Yeah, page validate is pretty straightforward and simple. Page validate I will call a step page. Okay, step page I have 5 properties. These 5 properties, out of these 5, 3 properties have in the advanced tab edit validate called. Okay, that is going to execute those 3 properties. Edit validate will be executed. Remaining 2 does not have any validation, nothing will happen. Okay, this is clear. Page validate is clear. Anubhav.
No, but if we are already on that page, page1, then those 5 properties would, edit validations would already execute, right? Why do we need activity for that then?
No, I am talking about business logic level. How would you execute validations? If it is there on property level, use it in UI and refresh it, it will be executed. Business logic, it will not execute directly. Edit validate will not be executed. If you do a property set for age, it will not execute. I want to validate here also. Suppose I don't have validation at all, suppose. Then I will go for property validate.
Yeah.
To validate the business. I have already edit validate applied. The same I want to execute through business logic. So there is one property which has been applied with validate, which I want to validate during the business logic execution. So I have to use page validate and supply a page. On that page, you should have that property available, which is already having edit validate on the advanced tab called that will be validated. This is fine.
So you mean to say if we don't put this page validate and we call that property on some page, then that edit validation would not execute till the time we put this
property
page
validate. You're asking about property validate?
No, I'm asking about page validate only. So if we are having, let's say we have age property on one page, okay?
Okay.
Just open this. Yeah. So let's say we have a page on which we have age property, which is having edit validation. Okay. Now we are calling that page in the flow itself. In the flow itself, we have that page. So do we need to specifically put this page validate and call it? Otherwise, that validations would not execute.
What do you mean by flow, Stefan? Flow, where do you call that page?
I mean, in the activity itself.
In a section or UI?
Yeah, in a section. In a section.
In a section, it is there. No need to call here. You want to do perform UI?
Yeah, that's why
perform at the business logic level. UI level, it will directly execute. This is business logic level.
Okay.
Business logic level, that will not be executed automatically. Use page validate. On the page, you have a property that has edit validate, that will be executed. If you don't have, it will not have any impact. No issues. This is clear. Now coming to property validate.
Okay.
Property validate is going to specifically validate for some validation on a property. Suppose this property doesn't have any validation called, but I want to validate it at the business logic level. So if it doesn't have any validation on the property, if I use page validate, what happens? Nothing will happen. So, but I want to validate, I have to use property validate and pass a validation rule. At runtime, into this validation, the value will be passed to the value. It will validate. This property has already an edit validate called, but I am using another edit validate here. So this will take the priority. Activity level will take the priority. You can define your own error messages. It is a required property, should have a value, something like that. You can go ahead and okay. This is what about page validate and property validate. So difference between page and property validate, if you want to identify. So page validate is going to validate the edit validate rule, which is available on the property level, and that property should be available on the step page, which you pass to the page validate method. Clear? property validate is going to validate a property which you pass to this method with a specific validation rule that you pass at runtime here in the business logic. Okay, so here you are going to pass in the business logic, only this validation will be performed. Okay, it will not bother about what is there on property, doesn't bother about it. Okay,
Can you pass that also, the method which you modified?
you can pass. If you want to, suppose you have already, which is already there on property, you want to validate that, which method you will use? You have edit validate on property, which you want to validate using business logic activity. Which method out of these two you will use? Page validate. If you already have the property applied with edit validate, which you want to validate, you will use page validate. You don't have a validation rule, you want to validate it, you go for page validate, property validate, sorry, property validate. You have a validation but which you do not want to execute, you want to execute some other validation. This situation also will go for property validate. This is very, very important for interviews purpose. You should understand exactly how it works. Now your constraint is a client side validation, whereas your obj validate is server side validation. Your edit validate is both client side and server side validation. So if it is through UI, it is client side validation. If it is comes to business logic with these methods, it acts as a server side validation. This is clear, everyone? Okay, any questions, any doubts? So this is about the difference between all the proper page validate and property validate. Okay, hope you are